Once you've compiled data in a database, you want to do useful things with it. Otherwise, what's the point? You're just keeping data. Well, one of the useful things you can do is do a mail merge. So a mail merge is like a form letter, or some communication that gets sent out to the people who need to hear it. So let's say, for example, we want to send out birthday letters to everyone who has a birthday in a particular month. So in our database, we've got a query which finds out who has a birthday in a particular month. We're going to use that to send out a letter to those people. So your first step is to open a Word document and just to create that letter. So you're going to say something like, "Dear name, happy birthday, we wish you well today, best wishes," etc. So we can create that document and we can do fancy things like bringing in pictures from stock images, for example. So let's say we go insert pictures, stock images, and we look for something about birthdays, and we can just select one of these. So as a subscriber to Microsoft 365, you have access to this library of creative content. So presumably you can use this as you see fit. So let's say I choose that one, I insert it into my document. So basically I'm creating a letter, but instead of saying "Dear Sophie," because it's her birthday, I'm just putting "Dear Name" for the moment, because I want to put in the names of everyone who has a birthday. By the way, when you've inserted a picture, you click on the picture and you've got this little text wrap layout options. If you choose one of the text wrap options, for example tight, then you'll be able to move this picture around. So I'll just make that a little bit smaller, put it in the center, that kind of thing. So a simple kind of birthday message. Now what I want to do is I want to link this letter to my database so that I can wish those people who have a birthday this month happy birthday. To do that, I go onto the Mailings tab. So I've got File, Home, Insert, Draw, Design, Layout, References, Mailings. I click on that and I just work from left to right. So a lot of it is grayed out at the moment because we haven't set it up yet. So it says Start the Mail Merge, and you'll notice I can set it up as a letter. That's something which you can print. So if I have 5 people with birthdays this month, it would create 5 pages which I print and then stuff in envelopes and post. But I'm going to send by email message. So I click on Email Message, and you'll notice the look of my document changes a bit. And what I can do now is go and select the recipients. Who must get this letter? And I'm going to find those recipients in my database. So I need to link my document, my Word document, to the database. So I go Use an Existing List, and I go off to find the database. So I go into the folder where I've kept the data, and there's my database. So I just click that open, and I then get to select, I've got 2 queries, friends allergic to nuts and friends born in January, and then the whole table of friends. I'm actually going to choose the whole table for the moment, but you can choose it from a query. So for example, my query, all the friends born in January, if I click that open, and then I go to edit the recipients, you can see that actually no one in my list was born in January. So I don't want to use that one. What I want to do is go and use, I've got to go all the way back again. Very annoying, but there we go, open it up again. I want to use my whole table. Theoretically, if there's nobody born in January, I'm not going to send a letter this month. So I would, only if there were people there would I send it. So let me select the whole table. And just be aware that there'll be people not born this month, but this is just an academic exercise. I can now click on Edit the Recipient List, because now I have a recipient list. If I click it open, you can see all the people and their birthdays. And you can see all the other fields that are there. And you'll notice that I don't have emails, but theoretically I should have a field for emails. And I'm going to send out birthday letter. Let's say it's on the, I'm going to send, let me just send, let's say all in the same month. I'm going to send letters to everyone. So I just click OK. But I could untick people that I don't want to send to for whatever reason. Maybe they've left the school or something like that. The next thing I can do is I just move along, and you'll notice now I've got address box, greeting lines, and insert merge fields. And all the fields in my database are now available here. So I can go and replace where I put dear name. I can go dear first name and put that in. And you'll notice when I click on it, it's grey and it's inside these, sort of arrowed brackets. And that tells me that that is now linking to the database. But you don't have to take my word for it. If I go preview results, you can see, if I go back to the beginning, it says dear Abigail, dear Betty, dear Carol, dear Dudu, dear Ellie, etc. So I can send this to all of those people. Now, if I have their email addresses, what I would do is just click Finish and Merge, and then I could edit individual documents. If I click that open, I would get, I've got about 6 people here in the database. I would get 6 pages, 1 page for each person, and I could personalize it a little bit if I wanted to. Or I could click Print, and it would print the documents. Then I could collect them from the printer and give them to the person. But I want to send it to email message. So I click on email message, and it says merge to email, and you'll notice there's a little 2 here. I would go down, and I'm assuming you would have an email field where you're storing people's emails. So you would choose that there. I don't have an email field, so I can't send it by email, but let's pretend. Just be aware, if you do this and you click OK, it will actually send it to those email addresses. In the subject line, you could write something like Happy Birthday. And then when you're ready, you're going to send all of the records. You click OK, and it sends them off via email. Well, that's lovely. Everyone's getting a personalized birthday. Wow. Have fun with it. You don't have to do a birthday message. If you've got other queries about people allergic to something, just say, dear so-and-so, I know you're allergic to whatever it is, but would you be happy to substitute this meal with another meal or something? So try and find a use for one of your queries for sending out a kind of mail merge, a mass mailing to everyone who meets particular criteria. And then submit on Teams.